Glamour Girls. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, take a seat, get comfortable. You'll love it here. Make sure to like and subscribe because you already know I'm about to get into some real tea today. All right, girlies, let's talk about Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Because, this woman is something else. Every time we think we've heard the worst about her, another piece of messy history resurfaces to remind us that Blake Lively is the queen of being two-faced, and not in the fun, strategic way. So what's the latest? 1. Another old interview resurfaced, exposing Blake's shady past. 2. Blake and Ryan made a rare public appearance at SNL's 50th anniversary. 3. Ryan tried to joke about the scandal, and it did not land well. And honestly, if this whole situation doesn't scream guilty behavior, I don't know what does. So let's break this all down. Blake Lively? The real-life mean girl? So an old interview from Blake has come back to haunt her again, and let me just say this woman stays telling on herself. This time, she admitted to an interviewer that when Penn Badgley was first cast on Gossip Girl, she actively poisoned the cast against him because she was mad he got the role. Like, what? Imagine working your whole life to land a big break, and then Blake Lively Miss I'm So Sweet and Perfect is behind the scenes turning everyone against you just because she didn't like the casting choice? And then years later, she's admitting it like it's cute. Now fast forward to today, and tell me why this EXXT same pattern is playing out with Justin Baldoni. The way Blake allegedly poisoned Brendan Clarinet, Young Lily, whatever her name is, and Colleen Hoover against Justin? Yeah, we've seen this movie before. Blake's game plan is clear. Bully, isolate, control. She wanted Justin to be seen as the villain, and when the public started questioning her role in all of this, suddenly she disappeared from the spotlight. Blake and Ryan's cringy SNL appearance. Now let's talk about Blake and Ryan's big comeback moment at SNL's 50th anniversary. First of all, the public has completely turned on Blake after all the lawsuits and allegations came out. So why would she even show up? And not only did she show up, but she brought Ryan with her like her personal PR shield. And let me tell you, if this man wasn't already unbearable, this SNL skit sealed the deal. So the joke went like this. Amy Poehler and another comedian were doing a Q&A session with the audience. And of course, here comes Ryan Reynolds. Cringe, fast talking, trying too hard to be funny. And then he made the most tone-deaf joke ever. The host asked him how he was doing, and he responded, "I'm doing well. What have you heard?" Like, sir, this is not the reaction of someone whose wife was allegedly sexually harassed. This is the reaction of someone who knows they messed up, wants to laugh it off, and hopes the public forgets. And the rest of his little skit? Nothing but rambling nonsense about taking substances. Because, apparently, joking about drug use is the pinnacle of comedy when you're 50 years old and unfunny. But here's what really got me. If Blake truly was a victim, why would her husband come out making lighthearted jokes about the situation? Because real victims don't act like this. Blake and Ryan aren't acting like people who were wronged. They're acting like two people who know they've been caught. And this little haha, let's laugh it off, SNL moment. It was their way of trying to re-enter the public eye without actually addressing the scandal. And let's be real. If they had a real case against Justin, wouldn't their lawyers be making moves right now? Instead, they're pivoting the entire narrative to focus on public smearing instead of the actual allegations. Translation? They're trying to escape accountability. Final thoughts. The public isn't buying it. At this point, Blake and Ryan's PR strategy is falling apart faster than one of Ryan's bad movies. 1. Blake's history of sabotaging people keeps coming back to haunt her. 2. Ryan's funny guy act isn't working anymore. He just looks guilty and desperate. 3. The lawsuits are not going away. If they really had a case, they wouldn't be making jokes. They'd be lawyering up and proving their innocence. So what's next? I think we're about to see a big pivot from Blake and Ryan. Either 1. Blake will suddenly become a victim in all of this and throw Ryan under the bus. 2. Ryan will try to separate himself from Blake to save his own career. 3. Both will try to quietly rebrand and pretend this never happened. But let me be clear, the internet doesn't forget. And girlies, we are not letting this mess slide. So tell me what you think in the comments. Are Blake and Ryan guilty? Do you think this SNL moment was damage control gone wrong? And do you think Blake will finally face the consequences of her actions? Let's discuss. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives, because trust me, this story is far from over. What do you think?